Warning. This fucking video is not for kids. You have been warned. Don Bluth's career is... Do I really need to explain his career? This guy has made the most beloved animated films ever. Like American Tail, The Land Before Time, the list goes on. Even though I didn't grow up with his movies, my childhood was mostly spent on wacky, insane, dumb, silly, ridiculous, and random cartoons. I just wanted to point that out. But with every creator, you know this guy made a bag of shit. I'm talking deep in the caves of diarrhea of Buffalo barf. Like a troll in Central Park, Pablo the Penguin, and our top air of the day, Rock-A-Doodle.
Cock-a-doo, what a day. The sun is shining brightly. Cock-a-doo, sunny day. Down here on the farm. Cock-a-doo, stay away. You big old wet old rain cloud, or I'll cry loud with this voice of mine.
This film is loosely based on the 1910 comedy play Chanticleer. I'm saying loosely because this film has nothing to do with the original play. Literally, everything that wasn't in the play was made up for this movie. Originally, the film was supposed to be made by Disney, but for some reason, it was scrapped. And instead, they worked on The Sword in the Stone. So it was up to Don to make the film, along with a company called Gold Press. But it was in development hell for so long. And because of that, the film took inspiration from other films like Who Framed Roger Rabbit and The Wizard of Oz. And the result is... a stinking mess. I saw it once when I was a little kid, didn't think too much of it. I got older, realized the movie was being talked bad online, didn't understand until I saw Razor Blade's review, and now I understand. No, seriously, this is one of the most confusing, obnoxious, and insufferable films I have ever seen. And we're gonna see why this film is a mess. This is 1991's Rock-A-Doodle. So the film opens up on the barn where we meet... What? What do you mean the film opens up in space? Oh dear Jesus sweet Lord of Pancakes for Life, it opens up in space. Okay, so the film actually opens up
in space.
At least the title card looks cool. I can give them that. And also this film comes with a narrator.
Once upon a time, back before I knew how to tie my shoes, the sun came up.
And look, the sun is rising. This narrator is pointing out the obvious. You know what this reminds me of?
Yo guys, Tails and Sonic. Guys, my phone is glitched out and now my screen is just glitching out, alright guys, and I really don't know what to do about this.
So after that weird opening, we finally get to the opening with the barn where we meet Chanticleer. Yo dude, what's with the zoom in shot? And before you ask, no. Despite being called Rock-A-Doodle, despite the fact this movie opens with him, despite the fact this character takes up a huge chunk of the poster, Chanticleer is not the main character. Why? Well, I don't know, and the movie doesn't care. So, anyways, like in the play this movie is based on, kind of, Chanticleer sings to keep the song good and rising. And I'll give this movie credit. This movie's songs are actually kind of catchy.
This was our rooster, Chanticleer.
Wait, what the hell? There's even narration in the songs? What? Why?
Hey, look, here's me tying my shoes.
Oh! So this is our narrator. So this dog tying shoes is called Pazu. Or Bashu, or something. Hold on, I gotta look up his name. Oh, it's Patu. I don't know how to pronounce that, but okay. So, Patu here is our narrator for this movie. I don't know why, but whatever. And his whole character throughout this movie is that he can't tie his shoes. Character development! So, Chanticleer's whole purpose here is to keep the animals and the sun shining. However, one night, some random asshole appears to stop Chanticleer from doing his sun business. And we get a fight scene, which is kind of lame. I could add some sound effects and awesome music to make this a bit better.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Do not full run!
You'll get your heathen head smacked.
Robot bounty hunter.
Boy, if you don't get... Nope, now it looks like a YouTube poop. So anyway, Chanticleer wins the fight. But the problem is... Take a guess. If you guessed D, he forgot to crow, you are correct! And the sun is coming up without him! And for some reason, he gets shit on by every animal.
Look, it's coming up without him.
He's a fake! Hey everybody, Rock-A-Doodle down!
What a bunch of assholes! So, after being shit on, Chanticleer does the right thing and packs up his bags and gets the hell out of here. And for some reason, the sun goes away and it rains. It actually turns out that the random asshole that decided to fight him was hired by this owl guy called the Duke, who's obviously gonna be the film's main villain. But then the movie decides to go 180 by going live action hybrid, which is obvious because this film was clearly inspired by Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which I said minutes ago. Plus, it's not helping that these live action scenes feel tag on. I guess a fun fact I can say is that originally these scenes were supposed to be black and white before being scrapped. I just wanted to throw it out there. So you're probably still wondering when I said that Chanticleer is not the main character of this movie, despite being everywhere on this movie's marketing. In fact, I think that question's still on your mind. Well, I wanted to wait until we get to the live action scenes. Because that child with the annoying voice...
Who's that, Mom? I'm not afraid of the dark. Me too. Oh, Mom, I'm one of the boys. I'm big enough. I am too one of the big boys.
This is our main character, Edmond. Yes, this annoying sounding child is our main character. Why? I fucking don't know! Seriously, why is this annoying kid our main character? Why? And before I start commenting with, Jesus, SPIDEYFAN, he's just a kid. Yes, I get it, but his acting is so bad. He feels like he came out of something like Zip Zip or Food Fight.
Oh, Mom, I'm one of the boys.
Here I am, a cat doing what a cat does, hoping no dog bothers me.
It's daddy time!
And of course he's a child, this may be his first time, but his direction is so obnoxious that it makes the film hard to listen to. Plus, Dawn has worked with children before, and it turned out pretty great. So what the living hell happened here? Wow, I've been on this little rant for so long. Let's just press on. Edmond wants to help his parents, but they tell him no because he's not a grown-up. Like all good parents. Unfortunately for these good parents, it's raining. Like in the book. Yeah, this movie's world doesn't make sense. And the flood commits, whatever you want to call it. So it looks like these good parents are gonna die. But Edmond has a great idea.
I know the answer. We need Chanticleer.
Why?
And while his parents are about to drown to death, he opens up the window and does this annoying shit. Well, this film is going to be fun to review. So after that annoying shit, lightning hits Edmond's room. As not Chanticleer, but the Duke comes in. Yes, the storybook is alive! Be happy! Honestly, the world building is a huge problem with this film. And it will get worse when we get to the end of the film. So the Duke tells Edmond some crap that I honestly don't care about, and then he does this.
Young Edmond was about to have the most amazing adventure he'd ever dreamed of.
Wait, what?
Let's watch that replay!
He has magic breath. He has magic breath. Oh my god! He has magic breath. What? So apparently, for some reason, the Duke has magic breath. Why? Did the writers got high on their asses? I hope not, but I'm in tears. Magic breath. What is this? Your comments? I'm in tears. I'm fucking in tears. So thanks to his magic breath, we're now back in the full cartoon mode, where Eggman turned into a cat because of the Duke's magic breath. Is it just me, or am I high?
Hold on, let me get high. Then I'll remember where it is.
All right, so where is it?
Where's what?
Ah!
And we get more of this kid's insufferable voice.
Oh my Beth, you gotta be kidding me!
God, even in voice acting, this kid is still hard to listen to. But then Patu comes into the picture to save his ass. Plus, he literally says it. God, if you're going to be a narrator, can he please not state the obvious? But then Edmond gets the flashlight, and then this happens. So their weakness is bright light, because they're owls, and they hate the light, and love the darkness. Okay. So Edmond gets introduced to Patu, and he finds out that he's been turned into a cat. And then he says this.
What?
Can we play that again?
What the fuck?
Oh, wait! He said, I am all furry. But that doesn't make it kind of better, because it still sounds like he said, I'm a furry. Maybe this is why the film has aged badly, along with the... Okay, I gotta see you please, Edmond. Oh, it's Toby Gregor. He only has 6 voice credits, one of which is Ren and Stimpy. And it sounds like his acting kind of got better.
Don't make him mad. Look, Victor, don't you recognize them? It's Ren and Stimpy, the famous cartoon stars.
I am not surprised by the fact that this is his first voice role. And then we get introduced to the other 2 main characters besides Edmond and Patu. Peepers, who serves as Edmond's kind of love interest. And Snipes, penguin, bird, whatever, who he is. Hey, it's Editor SPIDEYFAN here. Actually, Snipes is a magpie. Who is claustrophobic, and is voiced by Man Dark from Dexter's Laboratory, to quote the internet.
I guess the casting for Snipes, though, is pretty good, considering he's the same guy who would later voice Mandark from Dexter's Lab.
If the latter sounds familiar, it's because he played Mandark from Dexter's Lab.
Along with the other animals, which are also from the barn, which I don't give a shit. Anyways, all the animals are looking for Chanticleer, who is in the big city, somehow. They want to find him because they want to apologize for making fun of him. And also his crow is what they need to get the sun out, or else they drown to death. Even though the sun went up without him and magically came back down. The sun is an asshole. Luckily, Edmond did went to the city before he turned into a fur. Nope! I'm not going back there! Anyways, after a long, boring scene of them talking, the room gets flooded. So Edmond, Peepers, Patu, and Snipes get into toy chests, and they're off to find Chanticleer. Then we cut to the Duke's palace, where he obviously sings a song. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Talk sings a song.
Destroy the farm, destroy the cat, the dog, or do you want the chicken back? No, we hate the sun. The answer's no. It'll make my leg feel so much better. If that rooster never crows.
Hey! Stick with the rhythm, dumbasses! Then we get introduced to his nephew, who's played by...
Uncle Juki.
The Dirty Bubble of all people! Meanwhile, back with our heroes, we run to a funny joke. Dairy King. How original! Then our heroes run into a giant tree, which is a big danger for some reason. Obviously, Edmond shouts it out because this film loves his annoying voice. This film loves to hurt my ears! Anyways, they get more wing power and set sail. Then the owls come to fuck them up. But luckily for our heroes, they have a camera. But then our heroes run into a aqua pipe. Whatever, I'm just gonna call it an unfinished sewer pipe. Snipes gets claustrophobic, like I just said minutes ago. And in a dick move, pokes holes in the toy box, which causes it to flood. But they get out of the unfinished sewer pipe, so all is good, right? Wrong! There's a dead end, which causes them to lose their toy box. Or toy box boat, whatever. But all is good again, because they finally get to the city!
Wow! It's so beautiful.
Back at the Duke's palace, the Duke is gonna eat a skunk. And fun fact, there was a deleted scene where you can see the skunk, but it was removed to avoid a PG rating. Yes, this movie is rated G. So anyway, the Duke's nephew, which I don't remember his name, tells his uncle that the characters went down the pipe, which gets the Duke pissed off because it was the wrong pipe.
That's not an adequate pipe. It's an aqueduct pipe.
Oh, it was actually a pipe. I need to do my research. He decides to give his nephew one last chance to hunt them down and kill them. But he can't because the city has a ton of bright lights. So what does the Duke do?
Oh, say it isn't so.
He gives his nephew sunglasses. Well, that's helpful. Wait a second! The owls hate bright light because it burns their eyes. So you're telling me that they can wear sunglasses and be fine? Why can't they just wear sunglasses all the time? What kind of sense does that make? So after that little rant I went on, we cut back to our heroes in the big city in a diner that's filled with animals. What? Seriously, this movie has no logic whatsoever. Then we get a scene that's actually pretty cool to look at.
You know, like he was just waiting for us to come and ask him back. Funny thing was, he was
as horrible as this movie is, the animation is still pretty good. I'll give it that. Anyways, I'm gonna skip some scenes because it's just characters talking and crap. And more of this.
It's over, around, under, and through. That's how Patu ties his shoe.
But eventually they found out that Chanticleer changed his name to the King. And of course we're getting another song, which is actually not that bad. And this is where we meet Goldie, who is obviously the love interest to Chanticleer, who's played by Ellen Green, who played Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors. And her design is... Oh, come on, you know what she's made for!
Azul, mira, dos chicas jalapenos.
Again, this movie is rated G. And we also meet Pinky the Fox, who is a greedy piece of shit that plays golf for some reason. More character development! Plus, yes, Patu also narrates over this song.
Fortunately for us, Goldie was a lot smarter than she sounded, and a lot nicer, too. She just didn't know it yet.
Will you shut up about that?
But hey, at least his narration is better than this. After that musical number, Chanticleer exits along with these Battletoads. Well, this is the most confusing crossover I've ever seen. Second confuses. Is that a word? And then we find out that Sean Kerr is so famous that he is lonely. Oh, and also turns out that Pinky wants to get Sean Kerr closer to Goldie. And then we cut back to the barn animals. Their flashlights run out of battery. Edmond calls them. The owls then show up to come kick their asses. They sing a song that's kind of better than the first one. They get blasted with light. Blah, 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 blah. Let's move on. It actually turns out that Pinky knows the Duke and works along with him. Why? The movie doesn't give us an answer. And this is Rock-A-Doodle, so there is no answer. Also, is that frog gonna get paid? Just asking. Anyways, time for the King's next show, which is filled with penguins. Oh, I'm sorry, people in penguin costumes. Why? Again, this movie doesn't give us an answer. And I feel like I'm going on like a broken record, so let's just see what happens. The game manages to make it to the show, and write a letter saying that they're sorry, which they need to give to Chanticleer, so he can come back to the barn and crow to get the sun up and end this fucking film. By the way, Snipes is sexually attracted to lasagna.
Oh, heaven. Where have you been all my life? Lasagna alla pasta, more lasagna.
I think he has a fetish. Oh, and by the way, his costume gets ripped, so they're gonna get kicked out. And by the way, we get another song. Again, it doesn't sound that bad, but you want to know the best part? There's no narration! Oh, and by the way, the Battletoads come along and try to kick their asses. Again, a weird crossover, second weirdest. Huh. I couldn't say weird, then confusion. Whatever, let's move on. So the game tries to give Chanticleer the note while he's performing. Edmond eventually gives Chanticleer the note, but then Pinky gets Goldie out there, and then this happens.
I don't feel safe.
Again, this movie is rated G. Oh, and by the way, Goldie stole the note. And then we cut to the scene where Goldie obviously falls in love with Chanticleer. And also, listen to this narration.
Goldie was only supposed to pretend to fall in love with Chanticleer. But she was falling in love for real.
But a few scenes later, she gave this expression like she doesn't want to be here. Plus, she's animated like she's faking it. As Razorblade said, there are clearances where the narration was not there originally. Plus, this whole scene just feels sexily wrong. I get the feeling that somebody's gonna watch a scene with their pants down while doing some fun business. And if the scene's not only uncomfortable, it's also obnoxious as well, with Edmond screaming.
Shut the fuck up.
So after that annoying yelling, Edmond decides to talk to Goldie. Also, when the scene fades out, it's done in this weird edited way that almost looks like a fan film. Eventually, when Edmond shows up to Goldie, he tells her that he needs to get Chanticleer. But eventually, Goldie figures out that he's the bad kitty that Pinky told her about. Take a guess what happens. They get captured by Pinky. Eventually, Goldie realizes what she has done. Oh, and also Hunch is there to kill them. And yes, I just figured out his name. But as he tries to kill them, he fails mercilessly. but his weapon seems cool. Eventually, Goldie gives Chanticleer the note. But unfortunately, Pinky finds out. But Chanticleer decides to give up his career and go back to the barn. But Pinky won't let him. Meanwhile, the game breaks free. And Hunch dies.
But now he's dead.
Eventually, Chanticleer and Goldie escape, which obviously leads to a chase scene. Oh, and it turns out that Hunch is still alive! Call off the funeral, everybody! And while they're chased, Patu accidentally knocks out Chanticleer.
Oh, no, I've killed him.
You're an idiot.
But eventually they hijack the car Toy Story 2 style. Peepers decides to separate the two vehicles, which leads to her being in danger. As Edmond tries to help her, Peepers eventually crashes to death, which causes... Wait, what? What movie? Movie. What the hell are you doing? Movie? What the hell? What the hell is this? What the hell is this? What the fuck? What the fuck is this? What?
What the is going on?
Is this movie on a drug trip? Please, movie, snap out of your drug trip! Oh, thank God. So after that weird fucked up scene, Edmond decides to go back to rescue Peepers. But as they're all about to be dead meat, Peepers shows up with the helicopter.
What? What?
How did she came from a van crash to the helicopter? And where did she even get the helicopter? Well, we don't have to question that because the movie's almost over! Thank God! We cut back to the barn animals as their flashlight runs out of battery. Which is really, really terrible because the owls are here to eat their asses! But as they're about to have their food, Edmond shows up in the helicopter with Chanticleer.
This is Edmond. It's over for you.
Unfortunately, Hunch is there, and after one of his failed attempts, the helicopter collapses. But Chanticleer wakes up just in time.
What's happening?
There's no time to explain.
Chanticleer, you gotta crow, and you gotta crow now.
Owls could be here any second.
Yes! Just please crow so you can end this film! But unfortunately, he can't crow because he needs more support. Really? Nah, fuck it, the movie's almost over. Unsurprisingly, the owls show up and ruin everything. And just as Edmond is cheering,
Shut the hell up!
The Duke chokes him.
which causes him to pass out.
Duke, leave him alone. It's me you want, not him.
I would say good riddance, but that's a kid, so I don't know what to say. Eventually, everyone starts chanting for Chanticleer. But eventually, the Duke does this.
Holy moly, that's a huge cock.
And while everybody's getting killed, Chanticleer is like, oh, I just need to feel it. And blasts off and becomes a weird Woodbill ripoff as he finally crows. And because of that, the sun is finally up again. Where were you, dick? And because of that, Duke becomes so small. And Hunch turns on his uncle for reasons.
It's music to my ears. Hold still, you little twerp.
So everything's good and happy.
Rain had stopped.
Oh yeah, Edmond is still passed out. Well, I don't care because his voice was so annoying. Oh crap. He's a child. I shouldn't say that! And as everybody's grieving over Edmond, this happens. How did he turn back into a human? I need explanation!
He was a little boy.
Oh, he was a handsome little boy.
I'm pretty sure there's a bestiality thing here somewhere. Let's hope to God there isn't. But it turns out that everything was a dream. Well, that explains a lot.
Look, I'm not fur anymore.
Well, someone can make a meme of that. Oh, and look, the sun is back up.
Look, Mom, Chanticleer raised the sun. Hi, Edmond. How you doing, son?
Well, that was a weird film. At least it's over, right?
But that just goes to show you, with a little help from your friends, you can do just about anything.
Welcome home, Chanticleer. Thanks for bringing back the sun.
Wait, what's going on? What's with the magic? What's with the magic sparkles? I bought the movie. We'll drink. Am I dreaming? What's going on?
Hey, Edmond! Ooh-wee!
So it was all real!
Oi!
So Edmond is back at the barn as a human, and Chanticleer is home. Plus with some really bad green screen. They lived happily ever after, and the credits roll. So that was Rock-A-Doodle. What was Rock-A-Doodle? I mean, do I really have to explain how bad this movie is? The plot is confusing and goes nowhere. It's hard to tell when it's cracking jokes. The characters are so obnoxious. And the world just makes no sense. Why wasn't this movie about Chanticleer? Why was this movie based on this kid with the most annoying voice ever? Why am I asking so many questions? Basically, besides the gorgeous animation and some voice work with some pretty good songs, this film is confusing and miserable to sit through. What do I give it? A 2 out of 11. Honestly, I can see why people look back at this as Dawn's weakest film. Of course, there are other films I don't have the time to go into. Oh, boy. Oh, fuck no!
Cock-a-doo, what a day. The sun is shining brightly. Cock-a-doo, sunny day. Down here on the farm. Cock-a-doo, stay away. You big old wet old rain cloud, or I'll cry loud with this voice of mine. Sun do shine. Sun do shine, sun do shine, sun do shine. Sun do shine. Sun do shine. Sun do shine. Sun do shine, sun do shine, sun do